Your party has been making their way through the castle of the corrupt king Vince III. After what felt like a decently stealthy intrusion into his castle, you quickly discover it's a trap after you enter his main chambers to be greeted with a falling cage and a crowd of observers. You idiots really thought I wouldn't know the goings-on of my own home? Well, I do. Always. And now you're going to learn that the hard way. Me and my men, however, will simply take advantage of the view. You four get the privilege of playing with my pets. Try not to scuff the rug too much, yeah? The corrupt ruler snaps his fingers, and from above, 2 chimera drop down. Aldor, get us out of here, man. Those things are magic, right? You do that stuff. Figure it out. Lightningfoot barely ducks underneath a slash of one of the beast's claws, grappling it from underneath. He then attempts to wrestle it to the ground to get an edge on it. Both him and the monster are locked in struggle now. Aldor takes a step behind his barbarian and dwarf companions, scanning the environment for solutions, and finding himself unsuccessful. I fear the only thing to figure out is how to slay these beasts without losing our own lives. With that, he begins casting magic missile and targets the chimera that's grappling with Lightningfoot, surprising it just enough for him to get an advantage. Once Neria finds an opening, she takes a poison blade and drives it cleanly through the central neck of the beast, and focuses her attention on the next one. Deep in the annals of history, demon worshippers summoned Demogorgon himself to the material plane. When he arrived there, he noticed many different animals around him, yet he was unamused by them. And so, he reshaped their forms into awful 3-headed nightmares. This is how the first chimeras were born, and now, these demonically evil monsters exist to remind us what happens when we summon demon princes to our plane, or when they find their way here. There may be some differing forms, but generally, you'll find a chimera with the rear legs of a goat, the front legs of a lion, and the wings of a dragon, with the heads of all 3 beasts existing on its shoulders. Chimeras like to hunt by using the skies to their advantage, barreling down at their prey from great heights, and using their fiery breath to consume them. Being that they are essentially demon spawn, they're cursed with an aggressive nature concocted of the worst aspects of all 3 animals they're made up of. As a result of their dragon head, they always wish to raid and plunder and amass a hoard of gold. Because of its lion aspect, it desires to kill or hunt any powerful creature or beings in its territory, and because of its goat head, it behaves stubbornly and refuses to back down from any challenge. This trifecta of internal turmoil leads them to occupy a territory that's 10 miles wide. It mostly preys on wild game, but is happy to challenge many different powerful creatures. Among its favorites to fight are dragons, griffins, manticores, peritons, and wyverns. The chimera is a very demented and sadistic creature, and it looks for frail prey to torture for its own amusement. It does this by retreating momentarily to relish in its prey's attempt to escape while wounded before swooping down and finalizing the kill. Chimeras are not cunning, but they are susceptible to certain bribery and flattery. Mayhaps a weary traveler could offer food and treasure to a chimera in exchange for safe travels. And villains can use this vanity to their advantage by keeping hoards of food and treasure to lure the beast in. Now, we'll examine the stat block. The chimera is a large monstrosity, chaotic evil. They have an armor class of 14, natural armor. They have 12 d10 plus 48, or 114 average hit points. They have a walking speed of 30 feet, but a flying speed of 60 feet. They have 19 strength, a plus 4 bonus, 11 dexterity, no bonus, 19 constitution, a plus 4 bonus, 3 intelligence, a negative 4 detriment, 14 wisdom, a plus 2 bonus, and 10 charisma, no bonus. They have a plus 8 to perception and have dark vision within 60 feet. They have a passive perception of 18. Chimeras understand the draconic language but cannot speak it, and they have a challenge rating of 6, valuing them at 2,300 experience each. The chimera has multi-attack. They make 3 attacks per turn. The first attack is its bite, a melee weapon attack with a plus 7 to hit and a range of 5 feet, 1 target. On hit, the attack deals 2d6 plus 4, or 11 average piercing damage. Another attack they have is their horns, a melee weapon attack with a plus 7 to hit and a range of 5 feet, 1 target. On hit, the attack deals 1d12 plus 4, or 10 average bludgeoning damage. The last of their actions is their Fire Breath attack. This is an attack that has to recharge. At the start of the Chimera's turn, roll a d6. If you get a 5 or a 6, the attack is recharged. The dragon head of the beast exhales fire in a 15-foot cone. Every creature in the cone must pass a DC 15 dexterity saving throw or take 7d8 or 31 average fire damage. Those who make successful saves receive half damage. The first chimera falls after a minute, the poison acting fast. Lightningfoot roars triumphantly and begins to wrestle with the next, maintaining focus on his rage and snapping one of the horns off of the goat head of the second chimera, and attempting to jam it in as far as he can into where he thinks the heart of the beast will be. The monster sees what he's doing and takes a quick step to the side, the horn missing its heart and instead penetrating its front left shoulder. It growls in frustration and pain and releases a devastating fiery rage from its dragon's head. Lightningfoot takes the full brunt of the impact and nearly goes down. Neria sees him fall onto one knee, breath gone from his lungs, and jumps straight into action. She jumps on top of the monster and drives her dagger directly into the spinal cord of the dragon's head, rendering it worthless. "Get away! I'm ending this!" With that, Neria jumps and rolls off to the side right as a firebolt lands on the center of mass of the target, the following explosion finishing the job. A moment of shock throughout everyone's minds as those that summon the monsters are in awe of our hero's victory. Impossible! No one has ever bested my greatest defense! I surrender, just don't hurt me. Neria stands aghast at the sudden change in attitude this king has, a real coward for such an evil man. She eyes her friends, who all shrug. Then she lets an arrow fly directly into his head.